Okay, so now we are at number 3. We are at video number 3 of Basics of Algebra, and we are, I'm going to fix that a little bit. Okay, so we are at number 3 where we are writing the equation for each line. So last time what you did is you found the slope and the y-intercept. So honestly, all you need for writing the equation of a line is the slope and the y-intercept. So you are in good shape because based on what you did in the last worksheet and video, now you know what to do to find the slope, intercept form of the equation of each line. So just like with the other ones, we're going to go over this one and then we're going to do this one together and then you'll do the other two on your own. The rest of the worksheet on your own. I believe there are 2 more on this one. So we just need to find the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, so the slope is, remember, it's the rise. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is the same colors that I did in the last video. So we did, here's the rise, and we went up 4. And then we have the run, which is just over 1. So our slope, when it's rise over run, is 4 over, and then our run is 1. So our rise is 4, our run is 1. And so that means that our slope is actually, and I'll do this in yet another color, our slope is going to be 4 because 4 divided by 1 is just 4. And so that's our slope. We also need to have the y-intercept. So remember when we found the y-intercept of 4, we had our line, we had our y-intercept, which we highlighted in yellow. And then we wanted to see where does our line cross the y-intercept. So it crosses right here. And if we count from 0, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So our y-intercept is 4. So that's our y-intercept. And then this is my terrible writing with my mouse. So our y-intercept is 4. So when we have this equation right here, our slope is represented by the m. So that's what this is here. And our y-intercept is represented by the b, which is right here. So that means that when we write our equation, we have the m, which is represented, or excuse me, which is our slope, and we found our slope over here, which was 4. So I'm going to just highlight that here. So this is our slope. And we also found our y-intercept, which is called the b. I'm not going to erase that because I know that I messed up last time, so I'm just going to leave it. But we know that our y-intercept is also 4. So it happens to be the same number, but they're there for different reasons. One is 4 because this one is 4 because it's the rise over the run. And this is 4 because that is where it crosses the y-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's go on to the second one. So we've done a similar kind of a thing where I've kind of given you a shell to fill in the information that you find. So first you want to find the slope. So let's find the slope. I'm going to use that blue again for the slope. And I'm going to try to write this in with my mouse. So the slope, remember, that's the rise over the run. Maybe I'll write that down here again so we have it. So it's the rise over the run. And actually, if I were to think erase-wise, I think I need to, if I erase, it's going to erase the whole thing, and I don't want to do that. but the rise is the one that we did in that green color. And the run is what we did in that pink color, that fuchsia. So let's do it that way. So they didn't give me any points on this one, so I kind of have to just figure out what it's going to be. So I can see that I have a couple of points. I'm going to do this with my blue. So in looking, I can see there's a good point right here. And actually that's my y-intercept too, isn't it? And then if I look, okay, there isn't one there. There isn't one there. There is, oh, look, there's one right there. This also is a good spot. And I'm sorry, that should be a smaller little dot. But so my rise in this case, if I go up 1, 2, 3, and then my run goes over 1. So that's 1. I should have written down my 3 before. I'll do that right now. There's my 3. So my slope is actually going to be, without writing the word slope again, I'm just going to put equals. So the rise is 3. The run, let's do that over again in our, well, that's what I'll do. 3, and my run is 1. 3 over 1. So let's circle those with their colors. So the rise is 3, and the run is 1. Just like where we did over here, that actually means that our slope is the top number. 3 over 1 is exactly the same as 3. Any number over 1 just means that it is that number. It's like, 3 divided by 1 just means that you're not dividing it. It's just one of them. So we know that our slope is 3. And then the other thing is just easy. We don't have to calculate anything. It's just the y. It's the place where it crosses the y-axis. So let's look at that. So here is our y-axis. I'm drawing my line. It's kind of going over the other stuff. Make that a little bit prettier. So there's my y-axis. Where does our line cross the y-axis? Like that. Well, it's right there. And it's at -1, 2, 3. So that's a -3. So that is my equation for that one. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And if you need to watch this again to be able to understand how it goes, then you are more than welcome to do that.